Hi, welcome to Money Confidence. I'm Crystal Oculi, the Chief Financial Strategist here at Confidence Wealth. And every week I try to bring a topic to you that helps you hopefully learn. One of the topics this week has been a question that I've been getting asked, and it's like, what is a stock intersection? So whenever we're looking at a portfolio and evaluating it, especially when people come to see us for a second opinion, one of the things you want to do is you want to run a stress test. You want to see how the portfolio is invested. Maybe internal costs, all of those things are important. But obviously, risk, stress tests, and volatility is one of the most important things that everyone's concerned with, especially depending on the stage of retirement they're in. So, stock intersection is one of those things that sounds really fancy, but it's really basic and really explains what's going on sometimes in a portfolio and if there is more measure of volatility than it was expected. So let's talk about what that means. So a portfolio consists of usually stocks, bonds, maybe some fixed income, some alternatives possibly. And then you really want to measure to see, how much equities you're in versus how much fixed income. And then figure out what's the volatility, what is the risk band, and does it make sense in that stage that the retiree is in. So one of the things that stock intersection does, and it helps us figure out, is the portfolio truly diversified? So for example, imagine if you are holding 50 different mutual funds, just throwing a number in, or could be 10 or could be 20, doesn't really matter. Most of the time, people hold different mutual funds or different ETF strategies because they want to be diversified. They don't want to hold the same holdings, right? So they are trying to make sure that they're not repeating the same thing. But one thing that a lot of times investors miss on is it's not just about the name of the fund being different, it's about what's in that fund. So example, what does a mutual fund or ETF consist of? It consists of stocks and bonds, right? A combination of both of those. So what you want to make sure is that you're not purchasing multiple different mutual funds repeating the same exact holdings. So example, what if you were holding 10 different mutual funds that were all growth driven and all of them were holding Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, although all these are great holdings, but you really are not really truly diversified if you're repeating the same stocks over and over again. So that's something we find happens a lot of times. Now, there will always be some overlay. That's okay. A little bit of it is intentional in some cases because you're trying to hold maybe 3 different growth funds and maybe with 3 different companies, and that was the intention. But there are many times that was not the intention. Someone thought they were more conservative than they thought they were, and ended up being more volatile because they didn't realize they were repeating so much of the aggressive equities that they didn't know about. So that's what truly stock intersection means. If you've never had done that on your portfolio, that's definitely a stress test that you can do, and we can absolutely help you with that. But I thought this was a good way for you to really understand this fancy word that you always hear about, stock intersection. So what does that mean? Now you know, and you can also make sure that you are being wise in choosing the right holdings. So again, imagine in your 401k, and if you have nobody that's helping you and you're choosing these different holdings, be aware that you're not repeating the same thing unintentionally. Until next week, have a great one.